Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another edition of Encrypted Connections. I am your host, Kyle, and tonight we have a very, very special guest. I should have made this happen much sooner, but I kind of always thought of it as a package deal, and I really needed to have this part of the package by themselves because as we all know, this is the better half of the Lake family. Tonight, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Miss Lake Faerie. How are you tonight?
I'm good, thank you.
You're good, thank you. And of course, Ollie's here. Ollie showed up real early. He wanted to get this all started and tell everybody hello, and hopefully he says goodbye quick because he's been scratching up my leg and trying to eat my cords, and I love him to death. I love him. He's a pain in the butt.
I love his markings.
Yeah, he's got some pretty cool markings for sure.
Mhm.
I wish Otis would show himself more. Otis is sleeping on the back of the chair right now. Otis is really chill. He's such a sweet cat. He has not like not a an aggressive, angry, mean bone in his body. He's just so like peaceful and sweet. And he's like medium to long haired.
Mhm.
And so their faces, when you see them next to each other, their faces look very similar. Um, when you see them apart, you're like, oh, those they can't be related. But when they're right next to each other, you're like, oh God, yeah, there they are.
Totally related, right?
Otis, no, you can't see him. Damn it. Oh. Anyway, so I hope everybody's having a good day today. I hope everybody. Hope says I was told there's going to be a lot of quicksand discussions. Oh boy. Wait
Yeah.
till wait till you see what I've been working on. At least I have the idea for it. I'm trying to get somebody to make it. It's going to be the first piece of merch for this channel. Yeah, it's. I think it's great. I think it's great. Um, Hello, Janelle. Hello, Bigfoot Lake. Lake Fairy says hello too. Uh, Sandy, Hope, JD, Cans, Carson, Sonia. Welcome. Hope everybody's doing good tonight. So, Lake, we didn't even discuss what we were going to talk about tonight. We just said, you know what? I'm just going to have Lake on. I figure that you've been doing this much longer than I have, and you have so much knowledge, so many topics. Anytime that we have anything that we talk about, you always bring so so much stuff to the table that I've never heard or didn't know or was unaware of. So what do you want to talk about?
I don't know. I just thought we were gonna wing it. I had no idea. I guess I should have asked you too.
Yeah, well, we can wing it. I think winging it's one of the best ways to do these shows. It always ends up pretty fun anyway.
Yeah.
We could talk about quicksand, but
Yeah.
I think at this point we're all experts on quicksand between you guys and Bigfoot's three-part survival system.
Part survival system.
I think we're all pretty prepared for the quicksand. As long as you got your twig, uh,
Stick, yeah.
you're good to go.
I actually
Um,
have one right by the door with a pointy end just in case I walk out the door and all of a sudden it becomes a huge problem in life.
well, that's what I'm talking about. And now, if I didn't hear that commercial, I wouldn't have one. I would just be like, wandering aimlessly through life, going, I don't know, and then all of a sudden I'm stuck, neck deep in quicksand. But now, every time I leave the house, I wear floaties
You wear floaties.
every day,
Yeah.
every single day. I wear floaties. Yep.
Yeah.
Um,
Like stick and a floaty device. Yeah.
yeah. It's sometimes people look funny at you, but then it's like, yeah, well, guess what, pal? You can be looking funny when I'm floating above the quicksand, and you're gargling with it. So eat
Right.
shit. Just kidding.
Bigfoot suggests a night of river dancing with decorative masks.
Oh, that sounds good.
I
That sounds good.
actually have some masks. Yeah, I could do that.
And I'm Irish, so I probably could pull off a river dance. I've never done
And
one.
I'm Irish too on both sides.
Oh, well, good. See, I'm only Irish on the backside.
Which is the backside?
The backside.
Oh.
Yeah, just that side. Just that side. So I was hoping, did everybody get a chance to watch the commercial today? There was a commercial that premiered for a new snack.
You should definitely play that.
I was hoping everybody got a chance to watch that. Can I play that?
You can. So what you do is you open up another tab and you go to your video,
Okay, let me move
and
that.
then I mute while you play it.
Okay, hold on.
Is that fan too loud?
No,
We have the wood stove going and we have a huge fan.
no, I don't hear it at all.
Okay.
Do I play it right off of YouTube?
Yeah,
Oh,
it's
okay.
your video.
Okay, so let's do that. Let's do that.
Yep.
Uh-oh.
You want to share your screen, so you're going to hit the present, and then you're going to go up to share page. You're going to click the page that you want, and then from there it'll show up and you just play it.
Okay, so let's do it. We're going to do share screen. Just like this. Yes, adult content, please beware. You don't want your kitties, or if there's anybody in here who gets offended easily, probably turn away. All right, so that.
You had our daughter after dinner. We showed her the video. We sent it to her phone to watch, and she was cracking up.
She was.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, hold on. Let me do this. Share. Why do I keep losing my sound? Are you there still, Lake? I can't hear you.
I'm here. I was muted.
Oh, okay. All right.
I was muted for you to play your video. That anyway, anything happens here won't interrupt.
Okay, so let's do this. And
are you like me during the holiday season, racking your brain trying to figure out what to stuff your loved one's stockings with? Look no further, because I've got the perfect gift for you. That's right, Sasquatch foreskins. These bad boys have been given the special treatment for sure. Rubbed and tugged with a special blend of spices and then jerked for 4 days straight to give them that special texture that only Sasquatch foreskins can achieve. Plus, you're paying a small price for a big sack with big flavor. Hey, I guess the foot isn't the only thing that's big on these guys after all. So don't miss out. Get your people you love the Great Dick Sasquatch foreskins, sold only at Ballmark.
oh,
You have the perfect tone and voice.
oh, uh-oh. Get out of here.
That's
Bye-bye.
good too,
Oh, that was the quicksand one. Yeah, no. No more.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, what is going on here?
I'd like to talk to you about something that's become a real problem in our...
Say,
Bye-bye.
close
Bye-bye.
that window.
Okay.
Oh, that was too much. It's funny.
Oh, man. That was, I'll tell you right now, I don't even know how I came across that picture. I was looking for artwork to try to help with the merch stuff.
Hmm.
And somehow this picture pops up. And I was like, wait, what? And I couldn't believe what I was looking at. So I lost it. I'm like laughing so hard. And I'm like, oh, I got to share this with everybody. But then in my head, I went, wait, don't share it yet. I think I could do something with this.
Right.
And then I had a lot of stuff to do, and so I didn't get to it. And then I was like, all right, I'm going to sit down and I'm going to do it. I'm going to write the script, and then I'm going to try to pick some pictures, some video that could work. And then I changed that script, I don't know how many times, probably 10 times. But recording it was the hardest part.
Right. It was perfect. It was perfect. It was spot on.
I couldn't keep a straight face. I kept dying laughing because I'm a 9-year-old.
Well, you couldn't tell though during the commercial, so it sounded so serious, and so it was very professional, in my opinion. Yeah.
These commercials are so fun, and it's you inspired me to do the first one. You did. It was because of your quicksand PSA.
Yes. Yep.
Yeah. That made me do the first one. And now I'm like, now I love it. I love it.
Good. And you should continue doing those, because that's definitely, you're a natural at doing those things. It's pretty good.
Well, thank you. That's very nice of you. I did say that one of the caveats you being on here tonight was that you're going to have to share some of your painting.
Only if Bigfoot wears his, what was it, leopard man thong backwards, and present them like Vanna White.
That's right. I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Hey, Lake, let me ask you a question.
Sure.
That thumbnail picture that we used tonight,
Uh-huh.
where were you when that was taken?
That was Lake Champlain Canal in Whitehall, a park where also they hold every year in September, towards the end of September. That's where Brian Goslin and quite a few other well-known Squatchers gather up together for one day of the Sasquatch Festival.
Oh.
But we also fish in Lake Champlain. So, yeah.
Well, I didn't. Oh, man. Okay, so I got these new earbuds, and they suck. That mushroom thing is too big for my ear canal.
I'm going to leave that alone. Why is it going in your ear? Like 2 9-year-olds up here, maybe 12.
Oh, man.
Oh, goodness. So it's the mushroom thing from the earbud.
The mushroom cap. Yep.
Okay. We have to be specific. It's from the earbuds. Okay.
Oh, geez, Louise. Real quick, before we talk about this thing, Janelle.
Hi, Janelle.
Yeah, hi, Janelle. Hi, Sandra. Thanks for coming.
You dodged the tornado.
Oh, yeah, you dodged the tornadoes. Okay, so that's good. That's good, because I know there were supposed to be some bad storms potentially down there. My leopard print thong must have shrank. Maybe next time. It's just too tight. Hope I have the other size mushroom things. That's the killer.
I hope.
I can't get the stupid things on. You take this off, and then it's like trying to get these things on is an impossible task. It's impossible. I can't.
Goodness.
I can't do it.
I brought a prop. Yes. Sometimes I wear this to the store. It depends on how I feel,
I like it. I think you should wear it all the time. If I had one, I would.
So when Bigfoot sent you that picture, I didn't even know that existed until today. So, yeah.
Yeah, because I asked you for one, and you didn't answer. She fully ignored me.
I was painting.
Sure, that's what it was. She took one look over at the phone. She was like, "Oh, not this jerk again." And so I messaged Bigfoot and I said, "Hey, Lake is completely ignoring my texts. You know, she's supposed to be my guest tonight. She's left me on red multiple times. I'm just kidding.
I'm sorry. I know. I still actually haven't read your text in the Nut House, actually. So, yeah.
Oh, I just said that I sent you the link to your email. That's all I said. But you must have ESP and figure that out on your own.
Yeah, ESPN.
ESPN. Yep. ESPN. So that festival looks so fun, man. It looks so fun. I watched a couple bits of it on Alex Petikoff's.
We did a video from that festival too. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah, it looks so much fun. That Bigfoot calling thing, and
Oh yeah.
I didn't realize that. I don't know why I didn't put two and two together, but that Lake Champlain is right by you guys too.
Yeah, that water that I'm standing by in your thumbnail is Champlain. That's the canal part. Mm-hmm.
So you guys like legit are you are sandwiched in between some like crazy cryptid stuff out there.
Yeah.
You have the Whitehall thing, and then you have Champ.
Yep.
Which, if nobody, I mean, I'm hoping that most people who are here probably would know about Champ. But if you don't know about Champ, Champ is the Lake Champlain monster.
Right.
Quote unquote. It's supposed to be very similar to Nessie of Loch Ness. You know, possibly a plesiosaur or some kind of offshoot of that that maybe has survived. You know what's crazy is I was talking to somebody not too long ago about this topic. You know, not on the air. It was a personal conversation. This is a gentleman who is a he's got degrees in multiple different things, right? He's a very learned doctor, to quote Step Brothers. No, but he is a very, very intelligent guy. And one of the things that he studied when he was in college was marine biology. And but he's also a lover of the unknown. I mean, anything unknown, he has this kind of insatiable appetite, like a lot of us do, and he wants to figure out, you know, what these things are. I asked him about a couple different things, and I said, you know, what do you think about chupacabra? And he's like, you know, I don't know. I think it's a misidentification. And, you know, I think it's probably mostly like with their, especially like down south here, they'd find these weird like they were like mixed breed dogs that had kind of genetic problems or disease or something. That's what he thought anyway. But what he did say when I asked him about these lake monsters, specifically asked him about Champ and Loch Ness, and he said, I believe something is going on there. I don't believe they're sturgeons. He said, I believe something's going on. I don't know what it is, but...
Right. There are sturgeon in Lake Champlain and in the canal.
Yeah, they get huge.
Huge, yeah.
Huge, yeah. Like Jurassic big.
Yeah, we might have sent some people over. If I can just say hi real quick. Agent Day and Autumn Leaf. Hi, Trish. Yep, that's it. So we're actually conflicting with a couple of people over in the other community. So maybe they'll be over after.
Oh, okay. Well,
hey, Red Scout.
If they do show up, we'll welcome them the proper way. Hey, Hope.
They're good people in here.
Yeah, but we don't want the other people coming and giving us a hard time.
Yeah, no.
What am I doing? I need to...
We have a lot of crazy things in the Adirondacks and surrounding towns of the Adirondacks, but within it, like the missing 411, for instance, unfortunately has happened here. And there's everything from odd, like alien type things to lights to, of course, Bigfoot.
Well,
We have a lot of strange lights.
let's talk about those weird lights, because you talked to me about it briefly before.
Yeah. Well, when I was younger, as kids, we would see certain things, but I just, as I grew up, I just kind of chalked that up to us being kids. And it was 2019. Our neighbor, who's a veteran, he was in Vietnam, he's 76 years old. There was this light in the sky every single night, and it would be in a different place every night, and it would move, and it drove him nuts. And I kept telling him, "Oh, it's Sirius. It's Betelgeuse. It's a planet." And I would tell him all these things, like, "Don't worry about it. It's fine." And he's like, "Well, it's keeping me up at night. Seriously, like, it's. I don't think you understand." He told me. He goes, "This thing is, it's weird." And he tried to explain, and then his wife finally said, like, "Look, I see it too. I don't think he's. I think that what he's saying is definitely different." And plus, I got thinking, this this is our friend and our neighbor and our family, and this is really, really bothering him. So, I would kind of look around at night after that, and I got thinking, like, this is a man who spent years underneath the sky in Vietnam, right? One night, I saw something in the sky, and I ran in here to come get Bigfoot, and I've been watching it ever since 2019, and then I started hearing weird sounds. Now, I was a very skeptic of Bigfoot. I was it's bears, because we have a lot of bears, and a lot of the places that see Sasquatch also have bears. Not all of them, but many of them. So I would poke relentlessly at him, about Sasquatch, Bigfoot, Sasquatch. And around the time of these lights in the sky that first our neighbor saw across the road, and then we saw, and I started hearing weird sounds that since my whole life I've lived here, I've never heard before. So I got pretty interested in these sounds, but they also creeped me out because something happened when I would hear these noises. I would not only get anxious, but there was something that happened with my head. It was almost like a disassociation. So I just passed that off to, like, maybe I'm anxious, or maybe this, or maybe that. So I would just come inside. I had the heebie-jeebies. You ever get those heebie-jeebies?
Sure. Absolutely.
Yeah. So I was friends with Brian Gosling's. I'm still friends with Brian, but it's a different Brian, but his grandson, Brian. So I called him up one day and asked him if he could get a hold of his grandpa for like two reasons. One, I got this stuff going on, and the big number one was Bigfoot's birthday's coming up, and I would really like him to meet your grandpa, So yeah. And then I heard his story, and when I heard his story, we were sitting there at the Big Apple Diner, and the Big Apple Diner is like kind of borders Whitehall, New York to Vermont.
Okay.
It's where Abear Road is, actually. Abear Road starts off in New York in Whitehall and runs you into Vermont. So you can actually go into Vermont, come right back around. You know what I mean? You can have like both feet work there. But when I heard Brian tell his story, and I've heard it several times over the years, first of all, the story never changes. Second, when he tells it, I was sitting right next to him. We were eating lunch, and I watched his arm hair stick up. And I got thinking, I was born in June in 76. This happened to him. What was it? August 23rd or something like that. It was August 20-something of 1976. And I was watching him and watching his arm hair. I don't know what it was about the arm hair. But I was thinking, that happened as many years as I was when I was hearing the story. So, like, for that many years later, for his arm hairs to still stick up,
Yeah.
he's telling the truth.
Of
You
course.
know?
Yeah. You can't fake that. That is a like a primal fear
Yeah.
based reaction, or it doesn't have to be fear, but it's this thing inside of you, right? That it's a reaction you have no control over whatsoever. This is not like where an actor can go, I'm gonna cry on cue. Like, you can't make yourself have goosebumps. I dare you to try. It just
No, I mean, Brian's got pretty hairy arms, just saying. And like every hair on him, he does, you know? I mean, I sat there and I watched.
I got him too, so I feel his pain.
Yeah, but I watched every single one of them stand up on end.
Yeah, crazy.
Hmm. Yeah. So ever since then, I mean, I've always been interested in the mysterious, and I've always had this like over vivid and wild imagination, like as a kid. You know what I mean? Like, just, yeah. So I guess, but I always tried to like make sense of things. And when you can't make sense of things and give an actual explanation, you have no other choice but to start, okay, let's look into it, you know?
Yeah, am I dinging? Do you hear that?
I hear the dinging. Yeah. Is it your phone maybe too close
No,
to
it's my stupid computer, but I don't know why it's doing that.
Do you have like notifications on for like every time you're notified for something?
I must.
Hey, Bobby and Carson.
I must. Stop notifications. Yeah, stop. Okay, we're good.
Kyle just wants to show everyone that he's really important because he gets dinged every 2 seconds.
Yeah, it's probably like my email with like offers to buy like
Yeah.
hair restoration cream and anti-itch stuff, and all that stuff that's really important in my life.
So, Kyle,
Yeah.
Bigfoot thinks that the hairy arms are what attract Lake to him. Possibly hairy back too.
He thinks that his hairy back and his hairy arms are what attracted you to him?
Yeah, don't tell him that's not it.
Okay.
That wasn't it.
I don't want to know what it is. We'll leave that alone.
It's not that. Oh my goodness.
Oh man. Well, I mean, they do call him Bigfoot, big feet, big socks.
Big foreskin. I can't get over your video. It's hilarious.
Oh my gosh.
That's not the only thing. Oh my goodness, that commercial cracks me up.
I had a very hard time. I'm sorry. I can't even pretend. I can't sit here and be humble about it. I mean, I'm humble about it, but like when you have one of those ideas, right?
Yeah.
And everything just kind of click, 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 click. It just keeps coming to you. And I was like, over and over, these little things kept coming, and I'm going, oh my God. And it would come to me, and I would literally laugh out loud, like by myself, like a weirdo. And as I'm making it, I was just dying. I had to redo over and over and over.
Yeah.
Oh, it was crazy. It was so much fun though.
For anyone that wasn't in here in the beginning, Kyle played his video that he launched earlier today. It's a commercial of sorts. You should go watch it. Yeah.
It's a commercial. It's for the holiday season.
Yeah.
In case you are like me and you have a hard time trying to figure out what to stuff your loved one's stockings with, we found the perfect gift for you.
The more you watch it, the more you laugh because like you have to watch it more than once to get the
full effect. Yeah.
Hey,
Yeah.
sunflower.
These little things that pop up that you missed the first time around. Yeah.
Right, right. So I guess Bigfoot's leopard thong and his whole Vanna White act is not going to happen tonight.
Yeah, that's a total bummer. I was really
Yeah.
looking forward to it.
Yeah. I think that's why a lot of people showed up tonight.
Yeah. That's probably why everyone's here tonight. Actually, that's why I came. I mean, yeah, and you to have you on, and then I knew that I was going to get the secondary show from him. Forget it.
Yeah.
I cleared my schedule because
My goodness.
so busy, so busy. So let me ask you a question.
Okay.
I know that the Adirondacks are rife with Bigfoot stuff. The other thing that goes on there constantly is UFO sightings.
Mm-hmm.
Have you had any personal UFO sightings since you guys have lived there?
I don't know if they're UFO or UPAs or whatever they're called nowadays. All I know is that we've had, I've thrown some on our channel. We've had some lights in the sky that descend weird and then stop and then just keep descending. We've had these red balls that
I've had those too.
Yeah, that come, and then there's another one that comes, and it just like when they look like they're gonna like clash. One like just does one of these or something, and the other one just keeps going, and they don't make any noise. The other thing is these big, huge white. They look like a star or like a planet, like Sirius. And for the longest time, I actually thought it was that because I told my neighbor that's what it was. But it doesn't make any sense because planets and stars from night to night, I mean, if they move in the sky a little bit, that's one thing. But like one night it's over here in the west, and a night or two later, it's way over on the opposite side to the east, or like over there south. Doesn't make any sense, right? But they actually like orb, and then there'll be one and it'll get real small and then it'll grow and then split into two and then three, and it's like, nope, I'm out of here. I go in the house.
Yeah, that's weird. I mean, it's so hard to say sometimes because there's these orb things that are attached to Bigfoot sightings often. There's also orbs attached to paranormal activity.
Yeah, see, and I didn't see these until 2019, and I've lived here my whole life.
That's weird.
Very weird. Very weird. And I'm always outdoors, like, especially when I was younger, outside from the crack of dawn to like I'll stay out until like the sun's coming back up, especially when I was younger. So you think I would see stuff,
Let me. When did you start? I'm sorry. I'm trying to put one of these new other mushroom things on because I'm having such a hard time with this thing staying in my ear. When did you start your channel?
It was 2 years ago in October, so it's been a little over 2 years. And it's changed. The name of the channel's changed.
So
for many different
2019 or 2020?
2020.
Oh, okay.
October 2020. Yep.
Okay, so I was gonna say something, but
What?
that doesn't work. I'm just gonna say that if you started your channel in 2019 and you've been seeing these things since 2019.
No. Saw the weird stuff before the channel started.
Man, I don't know. That's strange. That only then is when you started seeing it.
Like I said, when I was younger, I saw weird stuff in the sky, but like not the way we do now, and not what we do now.
Right.
Right.
Well, what did you? So okay. So what did you see that was different?
Like we would be down by the river or the lake when I was younger, and we would just be a bunch of us teenagers. And one of the boys or one of the girls would like look up and be like, "Hey guys, look at that!" And we would all look, and we would be like, "They're like, it's a UFO," and I'm like, "No, it's a plane." And we would just stand there looking, like whether this is a plane or a UFO or like what is it. And we never really figured it out. We didn't know, and I still don't know. But it didn't move maybe quite like a plane, but it didn't do racing things around the sky or split in, two or three either. It stayed as one thing.
Which you would assume if it was a UFO, it probably would have done
Something weird or be fast or something different, But now, I don't know. And I don't know why. Why 2019? I have no idea. And it's over the mountain. So, like, our view out to the right is a mountain. So, it's not on the mountain, it's up in the sky over the mountain. Now,
which is where a lot of people say they see these things if they are in mountain range. Distance is up over these mountains. I don't know what that's about. Sometimes, I theorize that most mountain ranges have a lot of, obviously they have a lot of rock material, and different kinds of rocks can harness energy. Quartz can, obviously, any crystal can, but quartz especially. I know that there's something to do with granite also holding energy, because I know I heard that during paranormal investigation.
We have garnet mines, and I mean, of course, we have quartz, and I mean, we have like thousands of lakes in the Adirondacks, thousands of them, and I'm talking like hundreds of thousands of lakes.
Well, water is a conductor.
Just kidding.
Huh?
I said, I'm just kidding. I said hundreds of thousands.
Oh, I'm like, oh yeah, all right, yeah.
No, we actually have like about 3,000 lakes.
That's a lot of lakes.
It is, and some of them are really big, really big.
Is that including you and Bigfoot Lake?
Yeah.
That is, okay. So, yeah. All right. Yeah, that's a lot. And water obviously is a conductor of energy, electricity especially, but it definitely holds energy. In the paranormal field, people, if you were doing an investigation near a body of water, usually there was going to be kind of an uptick in the activity. You could almost count on it, just because of how it was able to hold those memories and like almost kind of be imprinted on for whatever reason. But also anything that had a ton of like rock near it, I don't know what it is. It's just one of those weird anomalies.
Hey, Bushcraft family.
Bushcraft, yeah. All these people in here that I'm not used to seeing.
I don't know if you know this, but we don't live too far from Fort William Henry.
Yes, yeah.
The battle. So they say that that's haunted, and I know the Paranormal Society always goes there, but there's a place there. So we have some odd things happen here. So we have a place where if you stand in a certain spot, okay, and you and maybe Bigfoot and whoever else wants to come, they all stand around me, okay? If I shout across the lake, you cannot hear my echo, only I can. But if I jump out of that spot and you hop in, we can't hear your echo, only you can. We don't know if the Native Americans knew that, I think that they knew this. I mean, why is that? And then we have another spot where the water goes the opposite way it should. So it whirlpools in the opposite way.
What?
Yeah. So when it freezes over, it actually looks like an eyeball. Like an eyeball. Yeah, it's gorgeous. It's gorgeous.
But that's like that is breaking every
Every
physics
law,
rule possible that
no one
so
knows why. It's some kind of weird phenomenon here that those two things, like, they're interesting. So that you got the place where only if you stand in that one spot, and they have it marked now. So if you stand in that one spot, only you can hear your echo. And if no one believes you, you have them stand in that spot. You know what I mean? Like, that they don't know why it happens. And then you have the other one where the water pulls in an opposite way.
it's like there's some kind of like audio vacuum for for everyone else standing around you. That's really, really strange.
Weird, right?
But there are these weird things, though, kind of across the globe, right? So there's these places where, I don't know if you know that weird. What's the name of that house I'm thinking of? It's that house like on the Vortex house.
I don't know if I know about the Vortex house, to be
You
honest with you.
don't? Oh, hold on. I'm gonna pull it up. I'm gonna pull it up.
I mean, I've never heard a house called the Vortex house.
I'm gonna pull it up. We're gonna show it.
Carson's blushing. Why are we blushing? Can't contain myself anymore.
The Oregon Vortex house.
Yeah.
Okay, here we go. Probably commonplace is naturally occurring visual and perceptual phenomena which can capture the film.
Like what Bobby says, the sideways house, question mark? Is that what it's called?
No, it's called the Oregon Vortex House of Mystery, Gold Hill, Oregon. Hold on, I'm gonna try to find you some pictures, and then I'll share the page. Is there just literally one picture? Is that all you're gonna show? Okay, here we go. All right, so let me share my screen. Yeah, this place is one of those weird. Oh no, that's not what I want to do. It's one of those weird things, like very difficult to explain. Just kind of an anomaly of sorts. I don't know. Maybe there's people smarter than me who can explain it, but. So here we go. So yeah, check this out. One of the phenomena that occurs in the Oregon Vortex, you can actually see and take pictures of the change in height, as is shown below. When you have the pictures developed, you can even measure the difference in height on the pictures. However, it is important to note that whatever instrument you use to measure while inside the affected area, you will always measure to be the same height, because the instrument of measurement will change in size right along with you. Crazy. So picture one, check them out. The appearance of similar height. And then picture two, they switch places. And look at the change in height. Wait, hold on a minute. That doesn't seem so crazy to me. Like, chime in here. Lake, are you there? You're on mute.
Yeah, sorry.
Why am I looking at this and thinking this isn't so weird?
Well, no, because if you look at the top picture, it goes out and goes down this way. Bottom picture, it goes up, almost aligned to the peak of the roof. Like,
but that's the whole thing, right? So they're standing.
Okay, he's standing up straight, okay? But when he leans forward, you would go lower, not be you have your head over the freaking roof of the house. Like, that's weird.
That is very weird.
Do you see it? So, like, if you lean forward, you would be lower than the house, not higher.
Well, either way, if they're switching places and they're they're similar height in the first picture, and then they switch places. They should still be the similar height, right? Because it's still the same two people. Correct or no? Or am I not thinking about this the right way?
I don't know, but that's got my mind all scrambled. I feel like it just went into a blender.
Yeah, because the house has got me all screwed up. It's all tilted. Anyway, I'm going to do the next one. So, all right. So picture one without the background. Picture
Right.
two without the background.
Why? What happened?
These pictures have the potentially confusing background lines and angles of the hit mystery house cut out. The change of height is still just as visible without the background.
So Red Sky says that is the seventh angel. What is he talking about? Oh, I guess he's talking about somebody else's comment.
All right, so then let's do this. Let's go to the next one, the north end.
See, I don't know anything about this Vortex house, so I have
In
no
a
idea.
level, okay, so check this out. Pictures 1 and 2. The level platform shown here, located along the northern edge of the area, is the shortest platform used on the tour to demonstrate the change of height. This puts the two people in the demonstration very close to one another. The demonstration is also at one of the most pronounced areas within the vortex for this phenomenon, making the change of height easier to see. So, yeah, I mean, if you look in picture 1 and 2, they're lined up perfectly, right?
Right.
And they're both taller in picture 2. No, she's shorter in picture 2. He's
I can't
taller.
see picture the one on the bottom because there's a thing. They have to get rid of the comment on the bottom of the screen. Oh, there we go.
So yeah, on the right side of that platform, which is a level platform, they're saying.
Bigfoot. I wouldn't recommend living in that house.
I know, I wouldn't either. I would be way too confused every day. But anyway, this is one of those weird places, right? Like change in height. I believe there's a spot here where if you put a ball on the ground, it'll roll uphill.
Oh, Bushcraft says it's got a bigger belly on the other one too. That's kind of weird. So like it kind of bends and defies what really is to like something that's not.
Yeah, right. I don't know.
That's weird.
I don't know what that is. It's strange.
Weird. Yeah, hon, if you want to bring some out, you can, but they're all hung up, so it doesn't, whatever you want, it doesn't matter. Apparently, Bigfoot's got his gumption back up. No, not yet. Maybe, I don't know, maybe the one that you wanted me to do for you and the other ones. I don't know. They're all over the place.
Yeah, I couldn't live there. I'd be, oh, so nice. Love it. Love it, love it, love it, love it.
Oof.
Sorry.
That's okay.
So nice.
He was getting antsy, I guess.
So nice. I'm turning my camera off for 1 second.
Okay.
I gotta adjust something. Sorry. Nothing weird. Just.
He's gonna go around the house, I guess, and take them one by one off.
It's kind of like Bigfoot Lake there.
Yeah, that one's definitely called Bigfoot Lake.
Hey, that looks like you from the back.
It does, doesn't it? That's actually, I had a model for me just so I could get it right. I'm just kidding. Oh goodness, that one with the water.
Oh, that one might be my favorite. It's so pretty.
You did a great job with that water.
David Devine, that's his favorite too.
It's beautiful. I still don't see that leopard thong though.
I know, but he's definitely rocking those sweatpants.
He sure is.
Yeah. You can grab. I did one so I primed a canvas on Saturday, and then I spent like a half an hour on it. And then, if you want to show that one, yeah. And then I finished it yesterday. He'll show that one after, I guess. That one's he had me hang in the living room.
This one I requested from her. I asked her to paint a picture of a car coming down the road with its headlights beaming, and like you see the silhouette of the Sasquatch in the headlights.
Love it.
Pretty cool.
Oh, what a great idea. That's perfect.
I'm nervous. My stomach's kind of doing one of those things, when you go in an elevator and like you go down, my stomach keeps doing that every time he brings one out. It's weird.
Why? They're so good, man. They're so good. I told you before you need to start selling those things. So not only does she do this, the intro videos, all that stuff, that's also Lake. She does all that stuff.
Yeah.
The only reason I made any video was because of the quicksand video she made.
Horrible.
Another good one. That's definitely Bigfoot. That's you, right?
Yep.
Yep. Yep.
One more. After one more, and then we.
The one in the living room.
Sure. Yeah, there's a couple on the wall out there, and then there's. You might as well just do the one in the living room.
Am I seeing like a pile of presents behind you?
So yeah, about that. So I start really, really early. Other than the few lingering things coming in the mail, and we have to send some stuff to Ohio. I start really early. So we make towers, like present towers around the house. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, we have these really wide stairs going down into the sunken living room. So we've got like presents on both sides. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, nice. Jeez Louise. Oh, wow. That's incredible.
Yes, the one
Did you watch a lot of Bob Ross when you were younger?
yesterday.
I was that kid who would go and run and collect all my supplies and sit down and wait for him to come on. Yeah. Yeah.
I loved watching him too.
Yeah.
I thought it was just amazing to watch this guy, number one, who was so happy all the time.
Yeah. Yeah.
I do believe that he was probably partaking in marijuana.
Thank you guys. Oh my God. I think he was just very chill.
Yeah, sure.
I love nature. So winters are really
He does
hard
too, especially plants.
Yeah, I love plants. I've got them all over the house. But what he would do is like when he would starve for kind of like inspiration, he would go out in nature and he would see something and he learned to always take a camera with him.
Yeah.
And he would always be taking pictures of certain things. And then, when he got time, he would or sometimes he would just couldn't wait to go home and he would just like, got to take this picture that I just, took and I got to get it on canvas. So he was always very excited.
Yeah.
And with me, like, I'll be doing something. Like, I don't care if it's folding laundry or grocery shopping. I could be scrubbing a floor. One time I drew something from not in this house, but one time I got inspiration from a water stain on the ceiling from when the roof was leaking. Like, I don't know, like, it just these like this, I call them the see pictures in your mind. Like,
yeah,
you see something and if you don't get it out right now, out of your brain, onto canvas or paper, you're going to lose it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I totally get it. Totally.
I get it.
You can find inspiration in anything if you have that creative thing, right? If you see things,
Vanna. I was thanking Vanna, sorry.
If you see things a little differently, I totally get it. I know what you're talking about with the water stain or something, and it's like, oh, that looks like a a face, or it looks like a, whatever. I don't know, but I understand what you're saying. My grandmother, when I was a kid, my grandmother was a great artist. Her favorite thing to draw, she loved drawing old like sailing ships. Those were her favorite things, like that, old sailing ships and on the water, that kind of stuff. But she could draw anything. And so when I was a kid, she was my whole world. I was the firstborn grandchild, and I spent every weekend sleeping over her house. And so we would draw together. Our things, this is what we do. We would draw together. She would buy me every junk food snack that I wanted. Every one. And so it would usually be like Pringles with dip, like French onion dip.
That was the best, right?
Right.
And
Yep. Or she made this weird, it's going to sound crazy. People are going to be like, oh, that sounds weird. She made this orange dip. But it was orange colored. It was made with cream cheese, French dressing, ketchup, and something else.
Oh, like 1,000. Okay, so she was making a special sauce, kind of like 1,000 Island dressing, but like it was ketchup and mayo.
No mayo, cream cheese, French
cream
dressing,
cheese,
and ketchup and something else. And I don't remember what the other one was. And it sounds.
It was probably Worcestershire.
Yeah, I don't know, but it sounds like the weirdest thing ever.
Yeah.
It was so good. It was my favorite thing. Like, and I always wanted to make that dip. It was my favorite thing.
Awesome.
So I'd sit there and I'd eat my junk food. I'd have that. She'd have those little tiny glass Coca-Cola bottles that were like this big, like tiny little ones.
Yep.
And then she'd have those little sundae cups. You know, the little sundae cup was like swirled with chocolate or swirled with strawberry.
Yeah.
And then we draw. That was when I started drawing first. I ended up, drawing for a long time. I haven't done it in a very long time, but I do love to draw. I'm not so much of a painter. A pencil is my thing. I can work with pencil pretty well. I can do a little bit of charcoal stuff, but otherwise I'm not really great with paints.
Do you continue to do it? Because I stopped for a really long time, and I thought it was like a bike. You would just pick it right back up.
No, it's definitely not.
It was not. So when I recently, and I say recently because to me it's still been recent, it's been months. I absolutely did lose it. I lost it.
Yeah, it is. So with art, what you're saying is completely true. With art, the more you practice, the more you do it on a regular basis, the better you get. You can teach yourself to be better, a better artist, right? You can start off terrible, and you can become good. This is not like if I'm not a good artist just right out of the womb, then I can never be one. No, that's not the case. Some people are born with just an incredible talent to draw anything, anytime, anywhere perfectly, right? There are those people.
Yeah.
But no, I haven't done it in a long time, so I'm afraid to actually, because I know it's not going to be nearly where I want it to be. But that was what we would do. We would draw, and then we would watch wrestling. That was my thing. We would watch wrestling together, and I would commentate from the floor, sitting Indian style.
That's funny that you grew up watching wrestling, because so did I.
Yeah, huge fan.
When I was like 10, when I went to my first wrestling match, and it was one of the cage ones.
Yeah.
And when they took off the cage and everything, or maybe it was before they put the cage on, we were on the floor. So like I was right there. Like I could smell the sweat. It was kind of gross, actually. But I remember watching the wrestlers, and I said right out loud, now mind you, I'm only 10. And I said, Dad, they're not even hitting each other. It's fake. He goes, shh. And I kept repeating myself. Like, I just kept saying it. And the more I'd repeat myself, the louder I guess I would get. And yeah, my dad ended up like telling me to like, please be quiet. It was not good.
It was a big deal to guys back then, to the wrestling business, that they called it kayfabe. Kayfabe was the the art of keeping the secret a secret, basically, right? So they didn't punch each other the way that a boxer would punch.
Yeah.
And the ending was scripted, but I promise you, um, it, 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 the what they do in that ring is very real. Those guys get hurt more than any other athlete on the planet. They end up with more injuries in their lives than any other professional athlete. It's very real.
A lot of it is real, but when they were hitting each other, they definitely weren't even hitting each other.
Yeah.
Like, I promise you, I was little, but like they weren't even. I was that close. Like,
Oh yeah, no, I trust me, I get it. They're not going to sit there and pound each other because they have to try to protect each other. But yeah, it's part of the art of it all is putting on this kind of pageantry of deception, making you believe that it's real. Hello, how are you?
I told her she could come through. Apparently, she didn't realize, we're still alive. That's okay. It's all good.
But yeah, that was my favorite thing, and to this day, I watch wrestling.
You still watch? I don't watch anymore.
So I watch some of the new stuff once in a great while, not a whole lot. I watch the old stuff that I would have watched when I was a kid growing up with her, because for me it's like nostalgic. It has that special place. It makes me think of her, and it's all I got. It's all I really have left because she passed away when I was 11. So
it's fond memories, though. It's like the smell, the warmth.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Carson says that dip is called Hammond dip. Here's the thing, Carson. Though it wasn't Thousand Island, because Thousand Island has like weird stuff in it. It wasn't Thousand Island. It was French dressing. So maybe she just used French instead of Thousand Island because the other two ingredients are part of it. So,
would you mind if my daughter stepped in here so I can show the nut house and you and everyone else her T-shirt?
Absolutely not. Go ahead.
The nut house, though, he's going to be a little scared because he's a nut, right? Come see her. I want them to see your shirt. All right, come on, back up. The dog loves her, so just kind of, yeah, there you go. Yeah, the dog.
Oh, look at the
dog. Danny loves her, so whenever she's out on this side of the house, the dog our cat and our dog are separated in different parts of the house. So dog has one half of the house, the cat has the other half of the house, but she these two are really close.
Look at him. That's so cute. That's so cute.
Oh yeah. She's not.
Awesome. What kind of dog is it? Looks part pit bull, part pit.
She's full pit. She's a red-nosed pit bull terrier. She's one of the ones that are taller and thinner face. She doesn't have the big boxy head. So what the people who are very wrong, the people who are not good people, they train these guys to be bait dogs. So they also can take a lot of pain. They can take a lot. They're fast. So they would train what you would call your, the boxy head ones that come out.
Bully.
The bully breed, yeah. So but then they use them later on.
Yeah, that's sick.
It's sick. So now she's full pit. She just is. She's more staff. She's got the slender. Yep.
Gotcha.
Yep.
They're great dogs.
So, we've had pit bulls, many, and I just I've had my kids around them. With her, I'm a little nervous sometimes with my grandson, but she's just like, she'll go over and she'll poke them with her nose, like boop them, you know. And it's like, whoa. But yeah, she's a good girl.
Come on, look at that dog.
Oh yeah, I mean, she is like mauling the kid right now.
Yeah.
I mean, attacking her with the tongue. I mean,
My-
look at love.
Yeah, come on, that's love, man.
Yeah, yeah.
Love.
She loves her. All right, that's enough. That's enough. That's enough.
Come here. Hello, puppy.
Danny, over here. Yeah,
Nope, not getting the attention there.
no. When she's around Allie, everyone else disappears. So when Allie got Lyme disease, this Danny would Allie pretty much. What was it, about 18 months? She was really, really sick, and this dog wouldn't leave her side. She'd go out, she'd go potty, she'd run back in. She didn't even enjoy the outdoors for like a year and a half. She would eat, drink, sleep with, like, she was constantly right by her side.
That's so cute.
Yeah.
They know. They know, man.
Yeah.
Crazy. They know.
Well, I mean, they've been known as nursing dogs. Back a long time ago, men would leave for the war, and they would have a pit bull to stay home with their wife and children.
Yeah, that's they get such a bad rap, and it's so unfair. My aunt has what does she have? How many does she have now? 4? I think she's got 4. Yeah, she got 4 now. She rescues them. Well, she's like me. She's a huge animal lover. She does that. She also does squirrel rehab all the time. So oh my gosh, look.
Yeah, I think it was Janelle that said she wants that sucker. Yeah, no, yeah. She. I come home one day. She had I found 9 sticks. She had gotten into the bag of pops, and she left the sticks, but they were dum-dums, and I come home. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
No, you're good. You're good. That's great.
Yeah, she's like a lollipop stealer.
Oh, did she have a boo-boo belly that day?
No, she didn't. But she acts like this with Allie without a lollipop. She doesn't need no lollipop for her to act that way. Yeah.
Yeah, they're just great dogs. I remember when I was in high school, my best friend adopted a puppy, and so what happened was he had been looking for puppies, and this is back before we kind of knew a whole lot about rescue and all that stuff, but we were just kids, but he was looking for puppies. He found some locally. Some guy was selling them. He went over the house. There was, I want to say, 14 or 15. It was a big litter. Right.
Well, that is a big litter, because 10 to 12 is a pretty good size litter.
Right. It was a big litter. And then this little guy was also the runt, and he continued to get pushed to the side, and he wasn't getting his nutrients. So he was starting to kind of, slip a little. And so the guy was like, listen, I was going to sell all these for whatever price it was. He's like, he goes, I can tell you how to take care of him, but you're going to have to take him now at 3 weeks old. And so, because otherwise he won't have a chance. He won't make it. He's like, he just keeps getting pushed away from the nipple.
We took her at 5 weeks. We had to teach her mother's bite because she didn't have the mom and the brothers and sisters to teach her. It's not easy. The porridge, everything.
No, it's not. I stayed with him just about almost every day and every night for months and months to try to help with this dog, with this baby, to try to teach it all these things. Thank God we got help from, a couple people that we knew that were good friends who were, one was my parents' neighbor. Their son was a veterinarian, and he was like, listen, you need to do this, this, and this. And so, he helped us to learn how to do all these things, and the nursing and the bottle feeding and all that stuff. And, but man, what that dog was, he just turned out to be the absolute greatest dog. And it was because he got him so young. I mean, he knew no different. To him, my buddy was his mother. That was his mom. He didn't know any different. So it was his mom and his human. All,
Lollipops.
huh?
I said she has no more lollipops, and the dog's still going at it. Did you want to see a little video my daughter sent me before she came over here for family dinner? This is my grand puppy. We have a grandson who's
Okay.
6. He's 6, but we have a grand puppy. She's 11 months old. Her name is Aaliyah.
Oh, let's see it. Stop it.
Is she here?
Stop it right now.
Oh, she's 11 months. She's
Say hi
adorable.
to Papa.
Papa is Bigfoot and I'm Mama.
Where's
She jumps. She hears our names and she jumps.
Where's Allie? Where's Allie? Where is she? Where's Allie? Where's Mama?
Where's Mama?
She just bounces.
Oh, yeah. I FaceTime with her sometimes. Oh, yeah.
Oh, that's adorable.
Oh, yeah. She's a mess. I love her.
That's adorable. I love Rotties, man. I love
yeah.
them.
Yeah, she's a German Rottie, and she's absolutely gorgeous. Like, when they first got, oh my gosh, she was like, but the older she gets, the prettier she gets. Like, you know how some Rotties, like, they're all beautiful, but they get kind of rough, and, you know, she's getting more and more beautiful the older she gets.
Yeah, she's
Her
very
markings are just like, wow, amazing.
She's very cute. That's funny though that she bounces like that.
Oh yeah, yeah. Where's Mama and where's Papa? I mean, she just bounces, like just jumps.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, Jenny used to do that. Our other pit bull, she passed, but yeah, she could actually. She would sit at the door and she wouldn't bark. We had marks at the top of the edge of the door casing, like your main door, because she would sit at a standstill sit. She would just leap, and you would hear it. So that's how she told you she wanted to go out. But she would just I mean that's far up.
Yeah, well,
the door casing like that.
You're talking about such strong dogs.
Yeah. Oh yeah, they are.
So strong, so agile, so fast, so athletic. They're
so lovable.
They are super lovable. Super lovable.
You got to teach them right. You got to be strict, and you don't need to be mean to be strict. You just need
of course not.
By strict is that, yes, strict, but persistent.
Right.
And the thing about pit bulls is that, and Rotties too, they love to be rewarded. They love to be told that they're a good girl or a good boy. You know, they love that praise. And if you just love them and be persistent and stern, they need a stern family members. They're okay.
Well, that's the thing, right? Is every if in nature, a dog has its place in the pack, and it has to be let known that there's an alpha.
Right.
In the home, you have to make sure that dog knows you're the alpha. That doesn't mean you beat it, but it does mean that you correct it.
Yep.
And you know, some dogs are better learners with what you're talking about, with praise and with positive affirmation. Other dogs need just correction. No, don't do that. And then, you know, you correct them, and that's it. Because
like what? It's funny. Like if she would, like all of our dogs, whenever they would go after something and chew it, I would actually like shoes. I would spank the shoe, and she's like, "Whoa," you know. She wouldn't touch that shoe again.
Wow, that's pretty good.
Yeah, yeah. So I would smack whatever she was chewing, and she wouldn't touch it.
Yeah, Maverick's not like that. Maverick doesn't give a crap what you do.
Oh yeah.
So we're working now with a beeping, vibrating collar. It has the option of shocking him, but I'm not going to shock him. Just so that when you hit the beeping button, he knows that he's not supposed to do that, and the beep makes him go, you know, snap out of whatever he's doing, and then you correct him, and so he knows when the beeps come that, okay, I need to stop. It's so far it's working good. It's working really well.
My oldest daughter, she got bells that she put on the door. So every time Aaliyah, like from get go, they had the bells on the door before Aaliyah even came home at 7.5 weeks. But every time she needs to go outside, she rings these bells. Well, she learned that real quick. Like the first week, it was hilarious. But then it was like a game. Every time
Yeah,
she
of course.
needs to go outside, in and out, in and out. But my daughter kept bringing her out because of the fact that she wanted her to associate. So every time she'd go to the bathroom in the house, she'd go over, ring the bell, and then take her and whatever else she did outside. But she's potty trained and she's doing great.
Yeah, my brother's dog does that. He learned how to ring the bells. And again, when he was a little bit younger, it was he'd ring the bells to go outside. He'd come back in. He'd run back to the door and ring the bells, go back out. He just kept ringing those bells over and over and over. And my brother was like, "This was the worst idea ever."
Yeah, I mean, like Aaliyah is not doing that now, thank goodness. Like she's very, very, very smart. So if my daughter looks at her, she'll just look at her a certain way. My Lauren has that look, that mom look. It's probably from having her own child. But yeah, I don't know, she's kind of scares Bigfoot and I with that look too, huh? You know that mom look? Yeah, she
Yeah,
has.
oh, I know.
Yeah, the dog knows the look now. So
Yeah,
it's funny.
I
Yeah,
know that look. That's not a fun look.
no, no.
Yeah, they're great, man. I'm such an animal lover. Have been since I was a kid. I say this before. I've always had this really deep emotional connection to animals.
Mm-hmm.
And when I was younger, it just meant like I liked animals, even though it was way deeper than that. Like I could physically feel their pain. Like I could physically feel it. If there was something wrong with an animal, I would like it was like this. It like jumped into me. I know it sounds so crazy,
No,
and
like kind of, I understand all. It's empathy. It's empath. So
yeah, I didn't understand that. Though. I didn't know that for the longest time.
yeah, I didn't realize either. I had to be told kind of and explained like what that was. But like even Danny around here, like I mean, of course we have bear and moose and crazy big animals and wolves and coyote or whatever. But there's certain times where she'll need to go outside and she's got to go out, and I'll open the door and she'll stick her nose up there and she will run back in. She won't even go potty outside. Those are usually nights that it's like I can't smell it, and I know what bear smells like. But something ain't right. Do you know what I mean? So like I listen to her.
Yeah,
Yeah, because she's always gonna keep us safe and always be alerted. Um, my middle daughter has a really loud car, and she can be like way before I hear it. She's already up in the bay window. We have a bay window with like a big seat, and you
yeah,
think you could sit there with like a book and a blanket. No, that's the dog's window, pretty much.
of course.
Yeah, yeah.
Janelle, you said you have Great Pyrenees, one of my all-time favorite breeds. Matter of fact, my neighborhood has a very famous Great Pyrenees in it, at least for our town. He's the sweetest dog ever. Okay, his name's Clancy. He's been here for a while. I don't know how old he is. He's a little older now, but he lives around the block. Right next to the memorial library, and so their yard butts up to the library yard, and I live in just a little block. This is not like a city block. Like this is just a little neighborhood, but it's a historic neighborhood. So this is a historic library, and they have a yard, and it butts right up to this house where Clancy lives, which is also a historic house. And so Clancy just roams the library yard and like goes up to anybody he sees and says hello. And they have made this big, I don't know what they made it out of, but it's like a big like statue thing of Clancy, so that in Christmas time it's Clancy wearing Santa stuff. At Halloween time it's Clancy in a different costume every year. At Thanksgiving time it's Clancy wearing like turkey stuff.
Oh, that's fun.
He's like a mascot. And so they went on vacation like a month or two ago, and he wasn't seen. And so on the community forum page, people were writing, going, "Oh my God, where is Clancy? Is he okay?" This is like the whole town. Like, we haven't seen Clancy. Where's Clancy? Where's Clancy? So he's like become this mascot. One day, a few years back, when we first moved in, I go outside. It was the summertime. I go outside in my backyard, and I'm like, walk around the corner. And I see this giant white dog, and I'm like, "Oh my God, this is a beautiful Great Pyrenees. Like, whose dog is this?" And I don't even think, when I see animals, like, I just go right up to him. I'm like, "Come here!" Like, I don't. It doesn't matter. You bite me. But I'm taking my chances on some love. So
Right. And
I
every like dog is just it's a puppy. Ooh, puppy.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I'm like, "Ooh, puppy." So I'm like, "Oh, come here!" And I called him over, and he came right over. And I'm like, "Man, it's hot as hell out." Gave him some water, and the guy, I found the tag, and I called, and the owner ended up calling me back, and that was how I first met Clancy. But he is the sweetest dog on the planet. Great Pyrenees are big, giant, like, they're just so gentle. They're so gentle, and they're huge. They're these
I was
huge.
going to say that the bigger they are, the more every big dog I've ever had it's a lap dog.
Yes.
Yes, it doesn't matter if it's like I had a Great Dane pit bull mix and he was a lap dog. Like,
Yeah.
he was huge. He was huge, and he was way bigger than me. But for some reason, he needed to sit or lay on me.
Yeah, I had oh my goodness, a English Mastiff.
Bigfoot's mommy has a mastiff named Oakley, and what was she? A little over 200. Yeah, she's a little over 200 pounds.
Yeah, so mine was a mix. He was an English Mastiff. Oh my God, why can I not think of the other breed right now? Oh my God.
Was it like Newfoundland or like a
No, they were from the Canary Islands.
Canary Islands?
Oh my God, I can't think of the name. Why can't I think of the name? This is killing me. Hold on, I'll tell you in a minute. They're a big dog.
Great Pyrenees. He says they're huge. Kind of looks like a lab. Yeah, they do. Yeah. Bigfoot says a dire wolf.
Cressa Canario.
Okay, I don't know. I've never heard of that.
Yeah, Pressas. They're kind of pretty rare, actually. So I had found this crazy mix. So look, I'll show you a picture of these guys. They're big, scary, monstrous dogs too. But
It says dire wolf.
Yeah, that's what they look like.
Really, the other way, and then tilt it forward. The top, tilt it forward, then tilt it forward. There we go. Oh, okay, yes, I've seen those, and they have like that brindle leopard type print to it. Not leopard, but like a marbly, swirly, stripy looking thing.
Yes,
I have seen those. They are huge.
Huge, yeah. So I had he was a English Mastiff, and then this mix, and he weighed 206 pounds. He was monstrous.
Did you say 206 or 306?
206.
Oh, okay. Whew.
But still, that's monstrous. I mean, that is a gigantic dog.
Yeah.
He was the biggest pansy lover in the world. The problem with big dogs like that is that when you breed them big, they have problems with their hearts, and they didn't last too long, which sucks. But
we have a Saint Bernard that lives like miles away. Like, and mind you, I say miles away. And he will run the deer because we live on a deer run. But he will run the deer, and the next thing you know, so you got deer and running across the road. You've got the Saint Bernard running across the road. And this one time, like, we come out and I see like Cujo coming up. I call him Cujo. I mean, he's sweet. He's a doll. Bigfoot went right out there and he was fine. But we wanted to make sure. See, our dog doesn't like other dogs
Gotcha.
or anything that moves that has fur or
Gotcha.
yeah, nothing. She yeah. So
How
when
does he? So how does he deal with Bigfoot?
yeah, well, see, that's the thing. There's certain things out there though that she actually puts her tail and she wants to come right back in.
Mm,
But yeah, so with this big Saint Bernard, after he was all like drilling and running after deer for miles, the guy came and picked her up. But that dog's a mess
yeah.
because we get a lot of deer. We get a lot of other people's dogs living on the deer run because they chase the deer.
Yeah. Well, if it's, I mean, it's a deer run. If you got hunters out there, in certain states, you're still allowed to run deer. I don't know if you're allowed to do it up there, but I know down in like Alabama, they still can run deer with dogs or coons, I believe, at least.
You can hunt here with dogs.
Yeah. So
They're
yeah,
usually like your bloodhounds, your beagles.
right.
Yep. You can get out.
So we didn't really talk anything about cryptids tonight, and that was actually kind of nice.
Well, we did a little bit.
A little bit. I love the topic, but I'll tell you what. Sometimes it's nice to just have a break.
Just to kind of hang out and yeah.
Yes. Gosh, it's like we talk about this a lot, me, you, and Josh. That like I wish we lived closer.
I know, but we don't live too far out of the way.
No, we don't. I mean, I don't know how long it would take me to get to where you are. If you're right on the border of Vermont, if Abear,
hour from, but yeah,
huh?
we're about a half hour from. So
Well, that's not that far though. That's like So if you're a half hour from Vermont, I think Vermont is like the bottom of Vermont. The bottom border of Vermont is like 3.5 hours from me. So, I mean, it would maybe be 4 hours to get to you, probably.
you would go through Vermont to get here.
No, I'm just trying to judge. Like, if I was to drive straight up from where I'm at to Vermont, it would take me 3.5 hours. So if Abear Road is a half hour.
Well, that's about Abear is about 40 some minutes.
Oh,
30, yeah, about what, 40, 45 maybe to Abear. Oh, he said it was a little over a half hour, so I think it was like 37 minutes away.
what's the town you live in, or what's the closest town to you?
Well, I don't know who's watching, and the troubles that we've had. So,
Okay.
very, very, very close, and I travel there often. Lake George.
Lake George.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. View routes. It's taking a very long time to calculate. I don't think my Wi-Fi is on. Yes, it is. Why is this taking so long? 3 hours, 20 minutes.
That's how long it would take you to get to Lake George?
Yeah.
So see, it's like right there, because no matter what way you go, you might even get to Vermont faster. I don't know.
And it would cost me $3.73 in tolls.
Well, we would pay the tolls.
Oh, man. Yeah, so
Hey, Bigfoot,
that's not bad at all. 3 hours, 20 minutes, 4 hours, 2 minutes, depending. North Queensbury, it says. I've been to Lake George.
Yeah, a lot of people have.
I've been there. I went on my birthday, into my 25th birthday, right? 2005. Didn't end well. It sucked really bad. I was up there. I was getting ready to go to dinner, and my mom calls me, and she's like, "What are you doing?" I said, "I'm getting ready to go to dinner." And she said, "Are you sitting down?" And I said, "What?" She said, "Are you sitting down?" I said, "No, I'm standing." And she said, "I need you to sit down."
Mm.
At that moment, I'm going, something ain't right. So I said, "What's going on?" She said, "I need you to sit down." And I'm like, "Ma, you need to tell me what's going on right now." And she starts getting all emotional. And I'm like, "What is it?" And then she tells me that that two people that that one I was closer with, him and his family had got killed in a car accident, um, just like a little after midnight the previous night, and she had just found out about it. So that sucked. Um,
Mhm.
and so the rest of my life on my birthday, I have to share that like memory. And it's not. I don't. That sounds bad, sharing that memory, but like I have that that I always have to think about, which just it's
I
just
hope. Yeah.
just sucks. But anyway, Lake George is wonderful. It's beautiful.
Well, actually, Lake George is where that's where Fort William Henry is. That's actually where the spot is. If you stand in the middle of this um, like compass, you know what I mean? Like they have like this slab and they have it marked. So if you stand right there in the middle, that's where you can hear your echo like acoustically. Like it's really weird. It's really weird. And it's right across the road diagonally from Fort William Henry.
so weird.
Yeah, yeah. So like yeah, it's pretty cool. So like that's just
I don't think I'll ever understand that.
So River Morris says, we have a Lake George here in Australia with lots of sightings and yowies. See, a lot of things happen in Lake George. I know that the Sasquatch Society, see, we actually have Sasquatch Society here where they have like trucks with Bigfoot on them. And they go out on calls and they're like, oh, it was a mountain lion, it was this, it was that, or a bear, or they're taking castings and they're sending stuff in. Like they think you may have had a Sasquatch. But that's kind of cool, right?
Yeah, that is cool.
But they also go out like on camping trips. Something that made me very nervous. Brian thinks it's hysterical, and Sue, his wife, does not think it's too hysterical. They are not using me. She actually said, I won't let them do that. They thought because of my interaction with primates, like with monkeys, um, monkeys get a very, monkeys love me to the point where one of them in an enclosure still was able to almost hurt Bigfoot to the point where this baboon was flirting with me and him and I were like conversating and Bigfoot comes over and puts his arm around me. Well, Mr. Baboon didn't like that so much. So, this and this, and he runs to the back of his enclosure, picks up huge rocks with a pile of rubble, and he comes barreling full force and throws it. Some of it got outside of his enclosure and hit us. So they think it would be a good idea to use me as bait on one of the Sasquatch things. And he's over there laughing about this. And I said, this is not funny. And Sue said, no.
This just turned my trip up to your place much different.
Yeah, and like they once had to close down one of the zoos because my oldest daughter and actually Bigfoot's witnessed this, but not this closing down part, but the other times where my daughter and I were together, my oldest, but they've had to close down zoos because of us before. Like that one part, they had to close it down.
What?
Yeah, it's something to do with the pheromones, and certain monkeys pick up certain scents off from certain people and they go absolutely berserk. Yep, so they thought it would be a good idea for maybe I could lure the Squatchies in.
That's really crazy.
You use bait at the lake. We want to try using lake as the bait. Yeah, thanks, hon. That's amazing. Yeah.
Great.
You better have me well protected. I'm actually thinking it's not a good idea. And then I also okay, why not? YOLO, right?
Hold on, I'm trying to find something real quick.
You need to be well protected. Yeah. So
trying to find something, and then we'll get you out of here because I know that he's got something at.
At 9:30, yeah. Actually, if Hope wouldn't mind dropping Bigfoot's link, we'll go over and watch his premiere if we want.
So, yeah, this is not what I was looking for. No, Janelle says, have either of you looked at the ley line map?
Ley line? What does that mean?
The ley lines, they're supposed to have some kind of, I don't know. I don't know a whole lot about them. I've never really studied a whole lot. But I guess they're supposed to have some kind of energy or power. I don't freaking know. I'm not a pro at this stuff.
Is it like with the natural, like electromagnetic field or something like that?
Yeah, maybe.
Carson said I think there's a ley line going through Lake George or close to it. I don't know what a ley line is, but I'll definitely look into it. There's a lot of weird things with the Adirondacks, especially with Lake George, and here because we're so like right there. We can hear fireworks going off at that lake if it tells you anything. Yeah, that's
Trying to find it. I don't.
I've never heard of a ley line. Ley?
Yeah.
Ley lines are straight elements drawn between various historic structure. And landmarks. That's what it. Okay, so being there's so much, spiritual energy lines. See, I'm telling you, the French and Indian War took place right here, like right where we sit and around us. And then Lake George being that the Fort William Henry was right there, and you got the Great Battle of Ticonderoga.
Oh yeah.
Far from here as well. So when my daughter was little, she was digging, and I had to make her stop because like I saw something. There was a bayonet from a rifle. So like when you're digging here, you find all kinds of things. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And so
yeah, it's a weird place up there, man. There's just so much stuff. When you have all kinds of things that go on that have a lot of energy attached to them, a lot of pain, suffering, it really is. It's pretty simple when you break it down. We're energy, right? We are energy, and then we have reactions to things that give off different other energies. War, battles, these things that you have all these different emotional reactions and different types of energy that are now coming out of all these different people and kind of being soaked up by everything around it. It's why Gettysburg is the way it is. It's because that battle there was so absolutely terrible and bloody and it just I don't know. And when you have all these things that go on, the weird factor just goes through the roof. I don't know. I did not know you smoked.
Oh, you didn't? I only smoke outside, out where it's like pitch black.
It is pitch black out there.
I mean, like this is this is outdoors. So we have some solar lights and that's about it. Yeah, there's my window. We have no street lights. This would be the view of up there is the mountain. That's all you get, one light.
It is black out there.
There's no lights for, I don't know, at least a mile and a half. something like that. Maybe a little bit less than that. There's street lights, but not like out here.
I need to move to a place like this where there is ongoing Bigfoot.
We have neighbors, though. We have neighbors. Like we have a tree, like right. I think you saw our flying squirrels. Did you see our flying squirrels?
No.
Did you hear that?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, we have flying squirrels in this tree over here. So which is like, I don't know, maybe 6 feet off the porch. Yeah.
You know, I caught one of those in my winter hat once.
A flying squirrel?
Yeah, so I saw a hole in a tree, and I saw something moving inside of it, and I thought to myself, I thought that looked like a little squirrel. And I ran over to the tree, and I took my winter hat, just like this, and I went, boom, right over the hole. And then I banged the tree, and this thing flew into the hat, and I closed the hat real quick.
So they can glide like 150 feet from tree to tree.
Yeah, it's amazing.
We actually had a family of them for a little while.
Oh, they're so neat.
Yeah, they were really cool. I don't know if they've got a nest up there or not, but I don't
They're
know.
so neat. Yeah, very cool. Do you have red squirrels where you live?
We have red squirrels, black squirrels, gray squirrels.
Oh,
Our gray and black squirrels get really fat, like they're fat bottoms, like really fat.
We only have gray here. Up to the northern part of the state, you may see a black one here and there, but we only have gray here.
Really?
Yeah, I always loved the reds. I always thought the reds were so neat.
The reds are mean, so that they're very vicious and mean. They actually they kill your gray squirrels.
Really?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, the gray squirrels my aunt rescues. She's got babies all the time. It's the coolest thing ever. I love it.
We have one named Chip. He has a chip in his ear and a short tail because he got into it with our dogs. You know, he was the squirrel that lived. And then we have Dirt, who likes to roll around in the dirt. Something's wrong with that one. He does like these flips and he gets everybody else riled up. We have a lighthouse, and there's Godzilla who goes over, and I call it the other one splits because one goes and does a split, grabs the lighthouse and pulls it closer to the pole, so that way Godzilla can come over. And Godzilla is like a big squirrel, and he climbs up the lighthouse, and like our lighthouse is a bird feeder.
Okay.
Yeah. So like it's crazy. Why do I look like a disembodied head? I have a teeth. When I'm in the dark, it looks like my head kind of like.
Oh, that's great. You should film a little movie like that outside.
Yeah. You know, you get, and then if you get real good, you can make special effects.
Yeah.
Yeah. But like things pull you off into the dark.
Oh,
This has been really fun. Thank you.
I need to find a place I need to live in a place like this. I need to live right near the woods or a mountain where there's ongoing Bigfoot activity. So if anybody knows of any place, I don't give a shit where it is. It can be in, well, I don't know. I don't want to be in any hot states. So
It's not hot here. I can assure you of that. Right now, it's freezing out.
I'd rather be in the cold. So a northern state is better for me. I don't want to be, so not Florida, not Georgia, not Alabama, not Texas, not Louisiana, none of those places.
Right.
If you're in Maine.
Behind me, it was actually a car.
What was it?
I said those red eyes behind me was actually one of the vehicles coming down the private road.
Oh,
yeah.
God, don't freak me out.
Oh, yeah. You have to go back on your stream. You'll see these like glowing red eyes just kind of moving behind me. Yeah. Like real slow.
There'll be people out who will watch this and be like, oh my God, look it. It's Bigfoot.
Yeah. Like they won't have the sign on and the sound on, and they'll see this like glowing red eyes going over there.
Bigfoot Lake says Brown Mountain.
Yeah. I want to go to Brown Mountain, kind of, but no, I don't really, because no.
Why not?
Well, I don't like to invite anything to me that possibly I could come home with. Does that make sense?
No, it totally makes tons of sense.
Yeah. So like, I get sleep paralysis. which can be pretty scary. I've learned the calmer you are through it, though, the faster you can come out of it. And Bigfoot's woke up many nights with me trying to speak, and only thing he can come out is like I yelled for Jesus or something, and like I'm fine that quick. But sometimes I panic, and it gets really bad. Like I can't move. My eyes are open, but I can't speak. I can't move.
I don't know how I deal with that.
Yeah, well, I don't know how I deal with it. But like I said, the calmer you stay and knowing that you're okay, when you go through it, you have no choice but to just know to stay calm and just keep breathing and know that everything else will follow.
Easier said than done.
Yeah, it is. It is easier said than done, but I'm doing it, and that's a good thing, right?
Yes, it is a good thing.
Yeah,
Very
yeah.
good thing. Well, listen, it's 9:20.
Yes, yes. We're gonna go over to Bigfoot's. Is
we're
Hope
gonna-
still here?
Yep,
Do
she's
you have
still.
any mods other than Hope?
We'll go over to Bigfoot's. Everybody go over to Bigfoot's channel. And hold on, you know what?
I locked my door, and beware of the attack squirrel.
Hold on. I'm gonna link his
Did
thing.
you know we had an attack squirrel?
You do?
Yeah, right here on the shelf. He guards the door.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, and right here also by the door. I just wanted to let you know that we do have a big stick.
Oh, that's great. I
Yeah.
love it. I love it. Hold on, I'm trying to get there we go. There we go. About. And why isn't his thing here? Why isn't his thing here?
I have a hard time finding, so I have to go to search filters, and then I have to go to channel, and then it pops up.
Okay,
Yeah.
there we go. Boom. That's Bigfoot Lake
Okay.
right there. So
and he has a premiere starting at 9:30, so in about 10 minutes.
all right, so we're going to get out of here then so we can go over there and watch that. You guys, please come over and watch Bigfoot Lake's premiere. They are always wonderful to listen to. Always the really good stuff. Actually, I need to talk to him again about some more cattle mutilation stuff I just read the other day at some point, but we'll talk. Better half, Miss Lake Faerie, thank you so much for being on the show. This is so much fun. I love you guys so much. You know that. Like you are your friends, your family. It was so amazing for me when we finally got to meet. I knew immediately. I said, "Oh yeah, these are my people."
Yeah, we kind of like
Yeah,
pieces. We just fit right together. Yeah,
we did for sure. And I'm gonna plan a trip out that way. I'll get an Airbnb and we'll have to get together and you guys take me to see the Bear Road stuff and then
you can have free room and board, and I cook.
Well, no, I'm not gonna impose. I'm just gonna use you as bait when we go out in the woods.
You can stay in the studio. There's a spare bed in there.
Oh, well, even better.
New bed, yeah.
Awesome. I snore, I fart, I do all kinds of.
Really, because Bigfoot does the same thing. So what happens is there's vapor lock. So like if you maybe lay on your side, the vapor lock, you know how vapor lock happens, right? So if you lay on your side and not your back, it's a lot better.
Oh, that's great. All right, good to know.
I mean, it's useless information, but
Good to know. Well, guys, thank Lake for being on. This is wonderful. I love you guys, and actually, I talked to Josh about maybe having you guys back on like Friday together as a duo.
okay.
So we'll talk a little bit more, but you go do your thing. We'll go over and watch the premiere, and we will talk again. I'll be back on Friday. Not sure if it'll be with these people or not. I hope so, but we'll see. Either way, I love you all. Have a wonderful night. Until the next one, take care.